is gonna be even better. I'm gonna stand right here so that way you guys can see. Like the lighting. Shout out to Gary Vee, man. Like he be saying like F the lighting, but I'm also a fan of lighting, so it's like iffy about should I agree with what he's saying. No, let me stop. I'm getting off topic. Trying to be authentic as a possible can, man. What we got? 10 seconds. I'll try to make this video fast. Let's just get into it. Bootlegs. Today's topic is bootlegs and designing. Look, basic bootleg. I love doing this stuff. This shit's been around for years, guys. I'm not new. Only thing new about this is that this is my replication of what a bootleg is to me, right? For my brand, I Heart Clomie, right? And that's the purpose on why I'm making this stuff. If you guys are kind of confused on what I Heart Clomie is about, I Heart Clomie is basically me, right? I heart, and it's also you. So it's what it's basically, you love what you do, is basically what that means. I'm probably gonna cut that out. We'll go back and see what it's like. And it's also providing value of my skills that I built up over the years of my passion. So music, fashion, and film. You can put two and two together. It kind of makes sense. Look, bootleg, simple bootleg. I love making these, right? Bathing Ape, right? Branded. I mean, Google Dapper Dan, Emerald Potato. I'm gonna remove the camera so that way you guys can see. Basics, I mean, if you're talking basics, you want to remake something like this, it's extremely obvious and easy. I mean, see, yeah, we're gonna have to just deal with the lighting. Yeah, we're gonna have to fucking just look, I lost my train of thought. People think you need a lot of money to design shit. I mean, you really don't. I mean, if you want to, you can, but you don't, right? So if you look at this right here, right? This is very specific. I mean, I just ironed this on. They don't make good iron-ons anymore, but if you can find good ones, you can literally iron on anything on a shirt and just sell it. That's what I was doing back in the day. When Grailed was actually good, and a lot of these reselling sites didn't have AI detection and all this stuff, you could make money on those sites. You still can today, but thrifting has exploded in popularity. You can't even really sell handmade clothes anymore on there. But you could try. If anybody's out there, they have one of those apps like Depop. I mean, Depop's probably the only one. I got this freaking fly here, man. Yeah. Depop's probably the only one that you can use to resell a lot of items, but it's to me, it didn't really work too well. When I was on Grail, making clothes, reselling everything, make, resell, dude, I was making a lot of money. I'll never get this. I was like 15, and I saved up for my sewing machine. Very for sewing machine. But anyways, back on topic. Basic, you can make this at home, guys, and you can resell it for about $100. I mean, even somebody will buy this for $100. I'm telling you, and it's such a basic. I wouldn't even say a basic design. This is a crazy design to somebody, but it's a basic design because it's very easy to make. Tie dye. You have to use your materials, guys. Use what you have at home. You can use markers. This is the Signature Superstar. If you guys pay attention to my brand, my Signature Superstar is like iconic, right? The only difference is this is the Bape Superstar. So if you zoom in on it, you'll see that is the Bape Superstar drawn with my Superstar. And the crazy part is, guys, my Superstar is hand drawn. It was the original hand drawn design that, for me personally, it took me a very long time to put onto shirts because I couldn't understand how to get this pink border around things. The pink border was the most iconic thing because it makes it stand out, right? So my dream car is possibly a Hellcat, right? I want to put the stars all over the Hellcat and it'll pop, right? Because that's just what I like. That's my design. That's what I came up with. And it took me a long time to figure that out. I wanted to screen print it, but screen print costs money. It costs lots of money. If you ever screen printed before, you understand it costs a lot of money. And we'll get on that topic in another video. But very basic designing 101. You can create bootlegs at home. There was, I think, Kid Super. He did bootlegs at first. It's very simple. You can get iron-on products from Walmart, Office Max. I started at Walmart. I got a bunch of stuff from Walmart, and you just draw. You draw it on. That's the most creative thing. I'll show you guys this. That's the one of the most important creative things that you can get into when you're designing things. You could take anything blank and just draw on it, right? I'm probably gonna draw on this too as well. Let me show you guys my when I first started doing paintings and on like shirts and stuff, I really practiced with what I wanted the brand to be about, the concepts. The early concept of I Heart Clomie was just me making content, and then around 2024 I started changing things. So I started putting I Heart Clomie onto the shirts, and this was a practice design, right? You could do anything. I mean, with very little money and very little time and very little resources, you can create things like this, right? It's very basic, very, very basic. And the reason why I love bootlegs is because it's not about ripping off the original designer. It's about just expressing your creative abilities, right? Hold on. This is what I was scared to happen. So yeah, it's still happening. Yeah, I should be good. All right. Dude, we're gonna have to work with it. It's about expressing your creative abilities. That's the whole purpose of bootlegs. That's at least how I see it. Other people see it differently, but that's how I see it, right? But this is basic design. I wore it every day. It's dirty at this point. But this is the Balenciaga. Oh, look, wish you guys could see it. Balenciaga Superstar design all over the hoodie. And what I like about this hoodie is, number one, I can fit it. It's a big hoodie. I like these big sizes. I'm a pretty big guy too. Train MMA heavyweight, you know what I'm saying? Let me stop. But very basic design. Like I said, these bootlegs are so easy to make. I miss when they used to sell these heat press designs at Walmart. They used to sell a lot of these heat press designs at Walmart. They don't really sell them anymore. They replaced the brand with something else, and it kind of pissed me off because I'm like, now it's like, okay, I have to rethink how I'm going to make my items. So what do you need to that's probably the biggest question. What do you need specifically to make the items? The whole purpose is to get creative, right? You don't need a lot of items to make and design things at home. This is a very basic design. Like I said, even with the bathing ape one, it's a very basic design, right? You need a printer, not even a printer. You know how to draw, you can draw. Like I said, guys, this is a hand-drawn design, and I just painted it onto the hoodie. And the original one is from a digital art that I created. So that was the very first one, and it was always in very specific orders on digital art, and I just put it in everywhere, on Facebook, whatever. But when I first started putting this Superstar on the shirts, the clothes, anything, doesn't matter, I literally just hand drew it. Hand drew it. Because it made me think. You got to think of brands like Evisu, and there's another guy, Ass Pizza. Even there's another, it's at the top of my head. I mean, even Kid Super. I mean, a lot of these guys just draw and this stuff. You could just draw on it. Very simple, very self-explanatory. If you want to make things, just get creative, right? Use your materials. You can use felt. You can use old t-shirts. I made handbags with old t-shirts, right? Look, this is my security shirt. I work security, armed security. You know, you can make designs out of this, right? The whole goal with homemade DIY stuff is to get creative. And what a lot of people don't know, this is a perfect example. A lot of people don't know that this smiley face, the guy that created the smiley face, he hand drew a lot of this stuff. If it wasn't for him, McDonald's probably wouldn't be using this thing. All right, whatever. So the whole goal is to get creative. Get creative. Use your skills. Use whatever you got at home, and just draw. Get to work. Get creative. Just come up. You could come up with anything, any design, anything. This design right here is something basic you could come up with. But this is like, you could draw this out too. You can also use digital art as well. We'll get to that in a whole other topic of video, but very self-explanatory on how you create these things. Make sure you guys stay tuned for more content. I'm gonna post the raw video on my second channel, which is Clomie Ray 2. If you guys want to check out the main channel, which is Clomie Ray, it'll be in a podcast version. Other than that, that is basically how you make bootlegs and how you make very, very, very basic designs. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Other than that, see you guys in the next video.